Welcome to Lead with Hope, the podcast where we explore the power of hope, leadership, and resilience in today's world. I'm Brandi Kelly, and each week I will bring you stories, insights, and actionable advice from leaders, innovators, and change makers who are using hope as their compass to navigate challenges, create positive impact, and inspire others to do the same. Whether you're a seasoned leader or just beginning your journey, this podcast is here to remind you that no matter the obstacle, hope is the fuel that can drive transformation. So, let's dive in and discover how you can lead with hope. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Lead with Hope podcast. I'm your host, Brandi Kelly, and today I have a special guest, Macie Wright. Macie is a 2025 graduate from Gillespie High School, and she was in the CEO program as a senior in high school. She is currently attending Millikin University, and she's studying art therapy. Macie, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you on, and I'm anxious to hear a little bit more about your story. What led you to join the CEO program? Tell us about yourself.
So I'm from Gillespie, like you said. What led me to join the CEO program, it was mainly my parents, like starting out my freshman year of high school. They were very driven in the career in business because they're both business backgrounds. My mom's part-time paralegal and my dad's the CEO of his own business or something like that.
Yeah.
And so they've really showed me what all can happen with that, and it just really intrigued me. And then like throughout my high school, I kind of got the name and kind of looked into more of it, and it started to become a lot more of an option for me.
Wow.
And then I was nervous, like every student coming in would be. But it was a really good decision, I think. And I mean, we'll talk more about it, but it was really exciting year, and it's led me to so many more things.
So one of the things, I'm on the board for Macoupin County CEO program. And one of the things we've been talking about as board members, how do students hear about the CEO program? So you kind of brought that up. And I'm curious, what was your experience? How did you first hear about the CEO program in your school?
So the first time I heard about it was again with my parents, but also my old school counselor was telling me about it. Just like, okay, this is a class you could take your senior year, just a heads up. That's how I heard about it. And then like when I got more interested, we had the past alum start talking about it in class, and I've talked to them about it. And we also for CEO, we go around the 8 schools in our county, and we do with the juniors. We tell them what's it about. But yeah.
Yeah, you guys do a great job doing that. And I think it's nice for the juniors to hear from the people that are in the program how, everything has happened for you, the badge business that you do. And then I know you have done other things and taken it further than that. But before we get into all of that, I'm curious, for you as a person, Macie, what brings you joy? What kinds of things do you really enjoy about life, leadership, overall?
So what I like and find joy in, definitely retail therapy, like we talked before. But I also, especially like school, like college, you have to find what really you can give your free time to. In that case, it's my friends or working on more coloring books. I know that sounds crazy, but it's therapeutic for some people. Or going to our art studio, just drawing some things, but stuff like that. Always a good coffee is good as well. But yes. And then occasionally going home and seeing my family is always good. Spending time with them.
What's your favorite coffee, Macie?
I like an iced coffee. I don't know, like latte kind of, probably.
Yeah.
It depends on my mood.
Yeah. Iced or hot latte. That's my go-to.
Yes.
And I love a good Scooter's coffee. That's my favorite.
Yes. We have 7 Brew up here. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's pretty good. A lot of college students go.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has they have coffee and energy and all of them between.
Yeah. One of the reasons I ask you about what brings you joy, what kind of fuels your passion, is because right now with the CEO group, and you probably remember this last year, we're doing a lot of self-awareness assessments. We're doing the DISC and we're doing the Enneagram. And this year we're doing a values assessment. And I think it's so important to know who you are, what your fears, your blind spots, what motivates you in order to be the best version of yourself. So do you remember that experience?
I do. It was beginning of the year. Carrie was going through everything. And I actually went into this year's class and we were talking about all the colors and everything. Normally you have a bunch of blues.
Yeah.
And for the people listening, you know what it is. And they only had one blue this year. So it was definitely an interesting outcome for them. But I'm excited to see what they do this year.
Yeah, they're doing great work. Today we talked about their vision board. We did a vision board together and their biography. So it's really interesting to see as they develop and they get to know who they are and what they want to do with their life. Those stories are just so incredibly powerful. But our stories are shaped by our lived experiences. So for you, who are the people that support you as you're going through life?
So, I mean, obviously, my biggest one is my parents. Like I mentioned with CEO, they've been there not for just that. My dad has been my softball coach for all of my life. And my mom has been there every single game to support. And I have two siblings, younger siblings, and they still manage to be there every game that they can. And it's just amazing to me. Like with the coloring book business, I did not do it all myself. Like it was all three of us working together, finding the connections. Networking is huge with CEO, but then just with your family, even you can have so many connections. So they really helped me with that. But yeah, they're really good. But they're always there for me no matter what.
That's awesome. And because not everybody has that. And I do think that that definitely gives you, you know, a foundation to build on, a very strong and sturdy foundation to build on. But when you think past that relationship with your parents and your family, they say that the 5 people that you spend the most time with, show me them and I'll show you your future. Do you believe that's true in your life?
I think so. I've definitely been a firm believer in the people you surround yourself with, or it represents you as well. So, I mean, if you represent with bad people, that's represented in you. But most definitely, yes, I do agree with that.
Yeah, I think it's a powerful statement and something to consider as you're going through life and making decisions because one choice can make a huge impact on your future.
Yes.
And one of those choices, I believe you had mentioned that in your class business and the CEO program, you guys made the choice to pivot when things went wrong. When you were doing that business. What lessons did you learn? What choice did you make and what lessons did you learn from that experience, Macie?
So I was the leader of that group, as I let you know. And it was very challenging for me to pivot. It wasn't me. I was set and organized in that. It was very hard for me that day to pivot, but it's like, you know what, we can get through this. Changes are good. Sometimes they have outcomes you don't know that's going to happen. A lot more planned. That's good. With that, it was Krispy Kremes on the Carlinville parking lot or square, and Tommy and Dylan out there. And it's CEO history. That's for sure. But it's really helped me like understand it's okay if there's change. It's okay and you'll make it through it. And sometimes it's better. And you just didn't realize it.
Yeah. So I'm not sure I heard that story before. Tommy and Dylan. Anytime I hear Tommy's name, I am intrigued. So can you tell us a little bit more about that story? What happened exactly?
So the original plan, we were gonna have a 5K and oh my goodness, raise awareness for the animal shelters. Well, nobody really showed up. We didn't advertise the best, marketing didn't, but it's all right. We have 300 dozen Krispy Kremes that need sold. And Tommy and Dylan, it was in the fall, so they're like, oh, we'll dress up. So I believe somebody was in a hot dog costume and somebody was in the bulldog costume.
Oh, that's great.
And those two together, they were out dancing around in the square on the square, and everybody was laughing, buying donuts. It was a good time though. It definitely interesting, but hey, it's I mean, you just have to pivot, and sometimes it's better.
You do. You do. And the biggest takeaway there for me is Oh my goodness, that's a memory that you guys are going to have for the rest of your life. It's an amazing memory.
We think about it. I mean, with our end of the year, like we just go back and look through the year and what we all accomplished, and that was definitely the highlight.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Tommy and Dylan because that's him. But now every year there's a Tommy and Dylan in the class.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. I love that. So based on your experience in the CEO program, thinking about those students that are looking at this for their schedule, maybe for next year, what advice would you give them in terms of picking CEO program over so many of the other things that they are able to choose from?
I think definitely I was interested in other programs, I will be honest. What made me ultimately decide is getting connected with the students that were already in your class or in your school beforehand to really understand what it's all about. And everybody's worried about, oh, it starts at 7. It's not bad at all. You wake up, and if you're there 5 minutes late, okay, you move on. It's you live and you learn. I will definitely say CEO has made me network a lot better. Even at college right now, I have potential to make coloring books here. And I talked to the president, and he knows what CEO is. And without CEO, I wouldn't have made a connection as easily. And also going and willing to have a conversation with everybody and being comfortable. And some of my friends are like, oh, no, I won't do it. I won't do it. And here I am. I'm like, okay, it's nothing. But I think it's easier. It's a good experience. It doesn't even feel like a class, really. Like I want to go every day. And some of my other classes, I'm like, no, I don't want to go. But this is really enjoying. You make a family. It's not just a class, not just your team. You drive everywhere together. It's really fun.
Yeah, it's a great program. It really is. And an offshoot of that program, you've talked a little bit about your coloring books. You got started while you were in the CEO program with your coloring book business. So talk to us about how you got started with that and kind of what has happened since you started your coloring book business and went to college.
Okay. So with my business, I was in between a lot of things. I really didn't know what I was going to do. Really as a major in college. So I started looking around. I'm like, okay, coloring books seem like a good idea baseline, but what makes it special? Like, do I go out and sell them on Amazon? What can I do? And then I working in Carlinville part-time, I did, and I just knew the community there a lot better, and they're very strong together, but so many people come through for Route 66 and the history behind Macoupin is just amazing. And I was like, okay, coloring book of the county. And that's just how it became about. And my parents were there to support me and help me. And it was just, it was not a freak accident, but a good one. And with that going on, I sold them all across the county. And I got into contact with one of the executive leaders for Route 66 in Illinois, and she wants me to do one. I'm currently making one for them. Yes.
And
so
then,
it's pretty exciting.
And then potentially at Millikin University, you'll be doing it. Okay.
Yes. And then a few more on the works, but it's very exciting.
That is extremely exciting. So with that, when you think about dreams for the future, how has the CEO program impacted your dreams for the future? And maybe talk to us a little bit about what you're planning for your future.
Okay. So with CEO beforehand, like I never had too many big dreams, but now that I can realize what's all capable, I do hope to make this a career. I'm actually considering changing my major into something in the business world because it's just I find so much joy with it, and I would rather do that than not have joy. And it's just really exciting. I hope, and I have actually in front of me, I have my goals for my coloring book. Yeah, I made goals that I have up here. A huge goal I put was meet the president, hand him a coloring book of just anybody. Don't know when. I know I don't know.
No, that's amazing. And I love that you said that, Macie, because sometimes we play small. We have very small goals for ourselves because we know we can accomplish it.
Yes.
But we need stretch goals. We need to stretch ourselves and, aim high. And that is a great goal, to hand a coloring book to the president of the United States. Very nice. Yes.
And yeah, I just have a couple that are like more out there, but also my mom always tells me the worst thing they can say is no. And it's nothing farther from the truth. So I really think that has made me widen my horizon on goals, really.
Mothers are so wise, aren't they, Macie?
Yes.
Yes.
On that, I have my mom always tells me, or my parents are like, you're gonna look back and say, you know what, you guys, you were right.
Yeah.
And I have said that a couple times, and
that is the sweetest words to a parent's ears. So I'm glad you said that, and now you're recorded for all time. Your parents are going to be able to say, Macie said.
Macie did say.
Yes. So as we are sharing this podcast with our audience and encouraging people to consider, encouraging students, parents, counselors, principals to consider promoting this program, what advice closing advice and words of wisdom can you give those students that are considering this as an option?
So I definitely think reaching out would be amazing. And to anybody. I know Scott Richmond, myself would be able to reach out just to explain really more. If you're interested, there's no, like I said, all they can say is no, but we're not going to say no at CEO. So it's just, I think the best thing you do if you're in the slightest bit interested, go online, look who's all in it, and it's good, I think.
Completely agree with you. Now, how would people get in touch with you if they wanted to talk with you about the CEO program?
So they can email me.
I will put Macie's email address in the show notes. And if you're interested in getting in contact with her, you can reach out via email. And Macie, I really appreciate you coming on the show. Your experience, your wisdom, just everything that you bring because of your foundation with your parents and your family, your education, your experience with the CEO program. It's so wonderful. So thank you for sharing today, and thank you for coming on the show.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks for tuning in to Lead with Hope, where we share stories and strategies to help you rise, lead, and redefine what's possible. If today's episode inspired you, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and leave a review. Your support helps us reach more leaders like you who are ready to lead with heart, purpose, and resilience. Don't forget to visit sparkhopeedu.com for resources, upcoming events, and tools to help you build a culture of hope in your life and leadership. We're so grateful to be part of your journey. Until next time, keep leading with hope.